Today's episode of Ship and Crew is brought to you by Wits End Snacks, home of the best beef jerky, hot sauces, seasonings, and other treats around. It is the new year now, so what better way to bring in the new year than by ordering some Wits End Snacks? Get some jerky, get some caramels, get some fudge, get some seasonings, get whatever you want. Email us witsendsnacks@gmail.com to get your new year started off on the right foot.
Thank you, Sean. And on today's episode of Ship and Crew, we talk the college football playoff. Two great games. We're going to preview the upcoming national championship between the Michigan Wolverines and the Washington Huskies. We're going to spend a little bit of time on those teams from Florida that played like trash and broke my heart. We have a little bit of a sad boy George session here tonight. We're going to get ready for Week 18 in the NFL right before we get to the playoffs there and close it out with a couple of exclusive blind rankings. I'm real excited for these, Sean. This is going to be a fun one. Happy New Year, y'all. Let's ring it in. Going on, everyone? Welcome to today's episode of Ship and Crew, coming at you live from Chicago, Illinois. I am George St. John.
And from Tucson, Arizona, it is your boy, Sean Whitley. Georgie, how are we doing today?
We are doing all right. We are ringing in the new year. Excited. New Year's resolutions are coming in hot, Sean. You got a New Year's resolution? What do you got? What do you got cooking?
Well, so I got a couple. I got a few. We won't list them all here, but one of them deals with the show a little bit. Actually, didn't tell you this before the show, but I'm a heavy snacker while we record. I kind of need to have some snacks while we're going, so I'm working on cutting back on the snacks or kind of making them a little bit healthier maybe. But we're just trying to change the snacking habits because, sometimes the snacking can get a little carried away. So we're limiting our number of snacks that we have. And so that way it kind of helps us out a little bit. So that's one I have going. Then my other big one is I'm a big hiker, as you know, and I feel like probably a lot of our listeners know as well. I'm an avid hiker, love going hiking. Last year I got 36 to 40 hikes in. It's a nice little chunk of change in there. But this year I'm really shooting for the 52 hike challenge.
Okay.
So ideally you're going out at least once a week. And getting the hike in. Unfortunately, with my line of work, I won't be able to go every week, so I gotta take advantage of the times that I'm able to go. So I do already as we are recording it is January 3rd. I already have 2 hikes in, and I think it's close to 15 miles done already. So I am going to be downloading. I don't know if you ever heard of this app. I can't remember what it's called, but there's this app. You might get a little nerdy, guys. A little nerdy here. But there's this app that tracks your path to Mordor.
We find a way, and it's both of us. Like there's no blame going one way or the other. We find a way to incorporate some nerd shit into every single episode.
What can I say? I love my Lord of the Rings. I'm not gonna lie. Part of my new like what I do in the New Year's, like that first week in the New Year, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't start work until the 8th.
Dick.
I do a rewatch of the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings
Okay.
um, extended version. So I am right now in the middle of my marathon. Um, I am doing the Hobbit right now. So like
Which one are you on?
I'm in currently Desolation of Smog.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, yeah,
I gotta say, I liked the Hobbit movies. I didn't love them. And I think right when they first came out, I was originally like, man, this isn't as good as Lord of the Rings. So I didn't appreciate them as much, and I haven't watched them as much.
yeah.
But,
I I will say they're a little. I think they're about average. The Lord of the Rings. They didn't like obviously they use CGI and everything, but like not nearly to the extent that the Hobbit did. And it's just the Hobbit just isn't as good of quality, if you ask me. I think the Lord of the Rings is just better done. And they also added some stuff in the Hobbit, which is kind of a shame away from the book, but still a good series to watch. Love it altogether.
no, it's a lot of fun. I gotta do a Hobbit rewatch.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so just did my Lord of the Rings rewatch as well. So,
yeah.
how close to Mordor are you hike wise?
I haven't. I don't know yet. I need to download the app still. So that's something I need to do. But I did. I did successfully already uh, register for the 52 hike challenge. So that is completed. That's to do list check off. I am registered for that. Now I just need to download the app for Mordor. Um, but also, speaking of hiking, real quick, hiking etiquette, guys. All right, holy fucking shit. If someone fucking says hi to you on the goddamn trail, a simple hey, simple howdy will suffice. Not a grip like a glare as I hike past you. Like,
Oh,
like
you
come
run into a
on.
dick?
Okay, so on New Year's Day, we probably saw about I'd say about 30 people, and out of those 30 people, we only had like 5 people say hi to us.
What? I feel
Yeah.
like that's gotta be part of it. I mean, I live in a city. Our hiking is like, how many blocks did you go down? And
That's
in Chicago, nobody says hi to each other. But I feel
fair.
like on a hike, like you have to, you know?
I just feel like it's part of hiking etiquette. It's like getting out of the way for the bikers, like picking up your trash, no, leave no trace, shit like that. Like just saying hi, being respectful to the other hikers out on the trail. And like typically, personally, like I'm a big believer if the people are coming uphill, you let them go first, just because they might be unless if they say go ahead that they want a little break. Like I have that momentum going uphill. I can't really let that go. Gotta keep that momentum going a little bit. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think saying hi is just like it's just something simple, something easy to do. Our second hike, which was a longer hike, like it was supposed to be an 8 mile hike. It actually came out to be like 8.5, almost 9 miles. Um, by the way, we got it done before the time that they said it would take. No big deal. No big deal. But we saw
Yeah.
about 20 people on that hike. 20 people said hi to us, and probably close to 6 of them like we had a conversation with, just like to figure out like what's like things about the trail, because there's some things like, hey, like that trailhead, like you might miss it, type stuff, like it's a little hidden. It's just like simple things like that just giving a little heads up on, yeah,
I get it. I don't get it, but
that's
I get it.
you don't.
We live very different. We live very different lives. I go.
uh,
Sean's like, I go hiking and people don't say hi to me. I'm gonna walk down the streets of Chicago and see if I can get people to say hi to me.
dude, dude, I would love to see that.
I
Um,
bet I could get like a couple. You'll get people that are like, hi, and then like walk away from you and talk
yeah,
shit about you later. But you'll get some people that'll straight up be like, what the fuck do you want?
yeah,
There is no. And honestly, I'm the same way. I don't want to talk like in Chicago. I'm on a mission. Like I take the train to work. I walk. Like don't talk to me.
it's fair.
Especially like when my headphones are in. It is a universal don't because there are so many people you don't want to talk to wherever you
That's
go.
fair. That's
A
fair.
lot of bums on the train. Um,
uh, do you have any New
so
Year's resolutions you got this year?
I got one, and it is just I am going all in on living a healthier lifestyle and
Okay,
losing weight. Um, this just in, your boy is fat, and
that's not just
that's
in. We've known that. You and me
you,
both, buddy.
you've known for a minute. Um, no, so it's that's it. I'm kind of like I am taking um I'm taking it by storm. So I'm actually taking a break from comedy. Just like the night in, night out open mic. I'm taking a
Okay.
break from drinking. Um, so definitely dry January. I might extend that to St. Patrick's Day.
I was gonna say, let's do dry January together.
I'm down. Like I'm all in on dry January. I You want to take it to St. Patrick's Day, or is that too much?
We'll see how. I okay. So here's the thing. I'm down to do that. I don't drink a lot as much as I used to anyway.
Yeah, that's why you're thinner than me right now.
The one I it's not a concern. Like I just know I have a conference coming up, and all my buddies from work, like we just love going out. So like I will potentially do it till St. Patty's Day, but there might be a little hiatus in there for like 2 days.
That's I got you. I was talking to my boss today. She's like, "Oh, we got to plan the team outing." And she's like, "What about January 25th?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm doing dry January." She's like, "How about February 1st?" And I'm like, "Okay." I have a great boss. I don't know if she listens to this podcast, but I love her. She is an
That's
incredible
awesome.
boss and team lead. So she's like, "Yeah, we'll switch it to February 1st." Sure. Like, no worries. She's
That's
awesome.
incredible.
But yeah, no. I am and I might try to like document some stuff for our socials. But yeah,
Okay.
I got read my rights by the doctor like, "Hey, nothing's bad yet, but it's coming." So, you know,
Yeah.
you can decide if you want to fix this right now or keep fucking up. And he's got no heart. He's like a buck 60, soaking wet, skinny guy, you know.
Most of them
So,
are.
he's oh my god, he's heartless, which I love, by the way. You don't want a doctor that's like, "Oh, buddy, I understand. Sometimes I like having a cold beer." This guy's like, "No, I'm running marathons and you should too. Until you're running marathons with me, go fuck yourself." And that's the kind of doctor I need. I love my boss, I love my doctor. Everything's coming up, George. I got no excuses to lose the weight.
There you go, man. There you
So,
go.
who knows? But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's really it. Just gotta, you know, I'm gonna get down to 180 by summer.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's
Okay.
that's not happening. Um, but no, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Signed up at a new gym.
Hell
Got
yeah.
some stocked the fridge. Let's roll.
Get
So
after it, man. I'm all for it, brother. That's great. No, I think, and you know what, you probably need to have a little bit of a change also, right?
a little bit of what?
A diet change.
I caught you. I know what you're gonna do next. Go ahead and just do it.
What better way than getting some Wits and Snacks beef jerky? We can make it healthy. We use already low sodium. We use the best ingredients possible to make it as healthy and as flavorful as possible. Wits and Snacks jerkies, they're great. It'll help you get on that diet, help you lose that weight that we all need, especially after the holiday season where we probably all gained a solid 10 pounds, I'd say, between the
Oh yeah.
cookies, the turkeys, the hams, the noodles, whatever you had, like the pastas, the breads, everything. Time. Let's get that working off now. So, Wits End Snacks beef jerky. Email us at witsendsnacks@gmail.com. That's WHITSENDSNACKS@gmail.com.
That was a bit telegraphed.
Yeah.
It was the natural break, so I'm not blaming you. But the way we set it up, I knew exactly where you were going. Like there was a lull in the conversation. I
Dude,
was
I
like,
have had
this
that one
dude's gonna do a
planned.
fucking ad read.
I've had that
Like,
one planned since I started talking about hiking. Because it was going to be either hiking snacks or whatever it was. Like, it was going to be great. And you just made it even better, Georgie. So thank you.
so I just helped you out by making it about my snacks instead of yours. Is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
really what happened. Honestly, we were headed in. It's a good creative choice. We're headed in that direction. I shouldn't poo poo it. That's on me. But anywho, we
College
moving on to football.
football. Yes.
College football. Nothing
Bo-
better.
Boy,
Nothing.
howdy. The playoffs were electric.
Both games were from start to finish exciting. Did not disappoint. Um, they were fun. Those were some
Yeah.
of the most fun games for different reasons that I've seen in a while. But
I
let's
think,
we'll
go ahead.
no let's start with Michigan and Bama.
Yeah,
I am putting off the crow I have to eat in a minute here.
that's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
but yeah, Michigan, Alabama. I thought going into it, I think we were all in agreement these were the best two teams in the bracket. You know,
Absolutely.
um, just coming from the best conferences, um, strong resumes. You know, Michigan all year was a juggernaut. Alabama, end of the season, really found their stride. Jalen Milroe got hot, um, and that defense was nasty.
Yeah. But they did have to go and do something stupid.
Alabama, from the jump, fucked this up for
They
themselves.
gone and fucked up. They gone and fucked up,
You done
Georgie.
fucked up. You done fucked up. But so, for those of you who don't know, before the game, Alabama's offensive line made the ridiculous, ill-fated decision to just walk through the Michigan sideline during warm-ups. Did you see? I think we got a video of
I
this.
think we do have video, and I think
See if
let's.
we can get this pulled up. But it was
You never
it was
could
really
disrespect
frustrating.
a team like that before the game.
Yeah, like these are even teams, and you know I'm sure they were trying to set the tone. Like, oh, we're gonna block you. We're gonna, um, you know, try to get fired up. When has in any level of any sport the disrespect towards the other team? When has that ever worked? I feel like every highlight, every video, it's just like one team does a disrespect and then they get completely dunked on.
Yeah, no, it never works out for that team's favor. They It's just a bad start because people take here comes up
Here
the
we
clip.
go.
I
Here we
think
go. We got the video. So here they are. They got the hoods on. They got they got the headphones. Oh, we're making a
they're mean
statement.
mugging him. Who?
Oh yeah, yeah, big tough guys. Then they turn around and give up 5 sacks in the first half and 6 in the whole game.
Like that's
Like,
just.
Play action on the first play. Milrow has
I
surgery,
mean,
and he's sacked.
I love
look at
seeing
that.
it.
Like,
Not gonna lie.
It's Braden McGregor off the
I think
edge.
5 different guys got a sack
Tempo for the first
in the
time
second
for the
half.
Tide on this third down. And
That's
yet again down.
Oof.
And this pass protection,
Man.
already 3 sacks. And a fourth.
that's just
I mean,
The
embarrassing.
Michigan pass. Justice
Pocket
Haynes,
just
one of the 2
collapsed
freshman
over
tailbacks part of
and
the
there were a
Alabama
bunch of times that
rotation. He's in the
like
game.
Milrow got the throw off.
Milrow's going to be knocked down for the 3rd time.
That was the best.
Michigan brings some pressure again. Milrow tries to escape and cannot. What an opening series for this Wolverine defense as Josiah Stewart got him after.
Man,
I mean, it was over and over and over. It was gross.
yeah,
Like how much Michigan dominated. Different blitz pat. Like it wasn't like somebody overpowered another guy. It wasn't like Michigan had Naden Hutchinson over there. It was just different guys, different blitz schemes. Whoever that defensive coordinator was calling those blitzes, beautiful game.
gorge.
As a former defensive coordinator myself, I loved it. I loved
it.
every second of that. And honestly, I feel like Bama's offensive line was the difference in this game. The
100%.
bad snaps from the center, who, poor kid, I'm not even going to say his name because I forgot it, but that poor center's in the transfer portal. Did you see that?
I did not see that. That's
He's transferred. There were so many snaps in the dirt in this
damn.
game, or like low snaps. And I saw on Twitter today that he's in the transfer portal. I was like, oh my God, this poor kid. How many death threats
That's
did he
tough.
get in the last
That's tough.
2 days? This poor kid. I knew it during the game. I was like, this is his last game at Alabama.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Wow.
But then, like, the last play of the game, right tackle gets blown up in overtime on that Milrow run that gets stuffed. So not only does the center snap it low again, but then tackle gets blown up and they can't make a play. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like Michigan's front 7 dominating Alabama on the line was the difference, because I feel like defensively Bama played really well. It was an even game. Just one group got overpowered.
I will say I always love OT in any game. Honestly, I love free football, and so I just love getting to get that a little bit extra. Also, a little sidebar here. I think we're on the agreement here. The NFL needs to adopt college rules for OT. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. NFL, get over yourself. Adopt college rules.
I
It's so
love
exciting.
the way they do it. I love college OT. It's I think that was like the fourth or fifth time we've had an OT game in the college football playoffs. So love seeing that. And honestly, like I there was a chance that our other game could have gone to OT as well, the Texas Washington game. And I'm not gonna lie, was I kind of cheering for Texas? Yes. I will say overall, I did want Washington to win. 2 reasons why they're going into the Big Ten, but B also it's like a so sidebar here. Uh, there's a movie out called The Boys in the Boat. It's based off of a book, one of my favorite books. It is based on the Washington crew team, the rowing team. So because that came out this year as well, I'm like, I gotta go for Washington. So he was super excited that they won. But Georgie.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said in the last episode that if they lose within the touchdown, you will eat some crow on Texas. Or did I just mistake that?
Yeah, all right. My big mouth. Listen, I stand by my statement. Florida State should have made it. Texas should not have made it. I stand by that, given everything that took place this weekend, including the next game we're going to talk about. I stand by what I said. I still do believe that was the case. However, Texas showed up. Nobody, nobody lost. You know, nobody lost in this game. Texas gave it their best. It was a good, it was a good solid game. They had that comeback in the second half, late in the second half. They played well. They stood up to Washington. I think at the end of the day, Michael Penix was the best player on the field, and that's why Washington won.
Oh yeah,
And
Penix
Roma
came
Dunze
out.
was awesome.
Penix came out with a vengeance to show why he should have gotten the Heisman.
So I think Texas was a little bit stronger than maybe TCU last year. I think they were stronger than all those Oklahoma teams that the committee felt like they had to include. I stand by my statement that the Big Ten's kind of not, or Big 12 is kind of a defenseless, sad conference. But Texas showed me a little different than I expected. So this is my apology. Well done to the Longhorns. Good season. Good luck in the SEC. I still think you're going to need it, but good job.
Way to go, George. You're proud of you.
I'm in immense physical pain right now having to say all those things.
I
Um,
will say this is going to be an exciting national championship on Monday. Um, I am all Team Washington on this. Uh, Go Huskies! Want that underdog? I might even throw a little bet down on this game. Try to win some money for the Huskies. Um,
I want Washington. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be upset with either team winning.
I won't be either because, again, as I told you earlier, either way, this is a win for the Big Ten. Either with Michigan winning, being in the Big Ten right now, or Washington coming into the Big Ten, they win. That's just going to lead to success in the Big Ten. So I either way, I am happy with the outcome. I prefer Washington to win though, because I kind of do have a little bit of a hatred being a Notre Dame fan to Michigan.
I, I don't know. I like this Michigan team. I like Harbaugh. I love Blake Corum. I love Blake Corum. That dude runs hard. But I will say I went into, so like when we were switching from the first game to the second, I was sitting here thinking like, man, which of these teams is beating Michigan? Because I wasn't sure anybody was going to score on that Michigan defense, Texas or Washington.
Yeah,
Then I saw Penix play. That was some of the best quarterback play I've seen at any level of football this year, or in many years. He was throwing the ball into such tight windows. It
yeah,
was gross. Like he was like, it was like Madden, where like you just throw it wherever you want in Madden, and it doesn't matter, your guy's going to catch it. Like he was throwing it where like the ball was here. If it were here, it's getting knocked down, but it was here. Like it
yeah.
was so crisp, so
He had
accurate.
that NFL elite status, like QB aim down. It was incredible.
We're headed towards a classic case of like we're gonna get into the draft. Caleb Williams and Drake May. Everybody's in love with those guys. I'm
Hmm.
telling you right now, I'll bet my life on it that Penix has a better career than either of those guys if he
Agreed.
stays healthy.
Yeah,
Like put that guy in a Shanahan style offense, like something that like, you know, 49ers, Vikings, Dolphins, that scheme, Rams, that man will dominate the NFL in 3-4 years. I'm all in. Buy all the Michael Penix stock going into the draft.
100%. But I think it's time for our pumbling of the week.
God damn it. Okay.
Our pumbling of the week goes to, can you name it? Yes, I can. It is FSU getting fucked on 63-3 from Georgia. Two teams that just barely squeaked out of the playoffs here. And one team obviously did not deserve to be in. The
Oh, no,
other
no, 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 no,
team,
no, no, no. We're not doing that.
oh,
Mm-mm. Two
on
wrongs
this,
don't make a right.
when you lose 63-3, I think the committee might have made the right decision by not allowing you into the
No. The committee
playoff.
made the wrong decision. Florida State responded incorrectly. That's any other conclusion is ridiculous. If you are listen, Florida State, you broke my heart. We were all rooting for you.
No,
Not
we
all of
weren't.
us, because Sean's a dick. But those of us with hearts were rooting for you. And you let us down. And maybe this is the state of college football where everybody sits out. You know, Marvin Harrison was out for Ohio State, and Florida State had 21 players who either sat or were in the transfer portal. Georgia had a ton of teams sitting out. So this game was like Georgia and Florida State's like second and third strings playing each other. So
Okay.
is it a reflection of the teams we saw in the regular season? No. Do I stand by my statement that Florida State deserved to make the playoff regardless of Jordan Travis's injury? Yes. Did they respond in a way that's so disappointing I'm disgusted? Yes. But two wrongs don't make a right.
Okay.
Listen, if I were to slap you in the face and then you were to give me a middle finger, should you get in trouble for giving me the middle finger, or should both of us get in trouble for the bad things we did?
Who got caught?
Oh, who got caught?
And honestly, if you slapped me in the face, you bet your ass I'd be punching you back. I'm not gonna
All
just
right,
flip you the
you punch
bird.
me back. So which one of us did a bad thing? Florida State was responding to an injustice against them, and it was an injustice. Like you can hit me with a "life's not fair" line, which is fine. Go ahead and do that, but it wasn't fair.
All I'm gonna say is you can't control others' actions. You can only control your reactions.
I agree. And
And
Florida State, you failed.
they
You
failed
failed.
miserably.
You proved a stupid, ridiculous, moronic narrative right by having all those guys sit out of that game.
Um,
A stupid narrative for stupid, small-minded people.
yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit, looking at you.
But our other bowl games we had this was a New Year's Six Peach Bowl. That was probably the best game out of the playoffs to watch. I'd
Yes.
say.
No, incredible offense. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin,
Yeah,
he's got a program over there.
it was a good showing for SEC. I'd say, especially SEC over Big Ten, which is just hate to see it because Ole Miss beat Penn, then Missouri beat Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. So not a good showing for the Big Ten. But again, remember, we have a national championship that either way the Big Ten looks good. So it doesn't really matter what these other teams did. Because either way the Big Ten will look good coming out of this year.
Ohio State got a bad break.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle McCord transferring to Syracuse, Marvin Harrison sitting out, and then all of a sudden their quarterback who started the game gets hurt. That's a tough place for Ohio
Yes.
State to be in. Like, was it their best day? No, but I'm not putting too much stock into it again.
Yeah. The only and if FSU didn't happen, the pumbling of the week would have gone to the Fiesta Bowl with Oregon 45, Liberty 6. Like that. Man, Liberty did not show up at all, just like Florida State. It was just.
You're just gonna keep twisting the knife in me, aren't you?
um,
I deserve that. I went a little hard in defense of Florida State. I deserve it.
you did.
I was just mad at Kirk Herbstreit.
But no, it's overall. It's like the bowl games were a decent games to watch. Again, I'm never mad at college football. Love watching college football. So
I'm a little mad at everybody sitting out.
That I am mad about. Yes,
and that's across the board.
It's it is across the board. Like even the bowl game I went to, like it was just like, damn. Well, both of the starting QBs weren't playing. Like we had it's a great representation of like the people that we're going the students that we're going to have be playing for us next year. This is awesome. But then it's just like, well, we don't get to see any of the players that really trying to make that made a difference in the game this year. So it kind of sucks.
It's just not the same, and I don't know how to fix it, and I'm sad about it.
I think it'll only help for the top 12 teams, but the playoffs getting moved to a 12-team playoff next year will help because I don't think players are going to be sitting out because they're like, oh, well, we don't have a shot of going to the championship now. It's like, oh, we're in the playoffs. Like, we got to show up for our fucking team here, So I think that'll help, but only again for those teams. They're in the top 12.
It will be nicer to see a top 12 than a top 4. I think there's a lot of things that make it a much better situation if we can, a lot of the things we're seeing this year. Again, like I wouldn't be crying about Florida State.
Yep.
Some of the best players on some of these teams in the New Year's Six Bowls, they would have gotten their chance that they. So this is going to be fixed in some ways. And some of those lesser bowls, they're kind of fun for their own reasons. But I definitely think the New Year's Six Bowls have to be marquee matchups. And
yes,
these 4 games had their issues because they weren't playoff games.
Other games had their issues. The fucking Lions and Cowboys. The refs. Bro, let me tell you about those fucking refs. Taking away a fat man's touchdown should be criminal. Criminal. We have a clip of this. But basically what happened is you only allowed, 5 offensive linemen out there at a time. If you have more, they have to check in with the ref to be in there. Correct, George?
Yeah. So you have your 5 offensive linemen. And then, if you have a 50, 60, or 70 number and you're not one of those 5 linemen and you're playing a tight end position or a fullback, you have to report as eligible to the referee. So you are eligible to go out for a pass and catch a ball. We have proof that the Taylor Decker for the Lions reported as eligible, walked up to the referee, gave the signal, which is this move, and the referee looked at him, walked away, and didn't do anything about it. So this is from X, Twitter. Taylor Decker, 68. Walks up, tells the ref, I'm eligible. And the ref is running away.
So I saw this video this week, and it was the Spanish broadcasting of the game, and you can hear in the broadcasting Number 68, Eric Decker reports for eligibility. You can hear it in the broadcasting, dog.
In the broadcast, they saw
Yes.
it.
In the Spanish broadcasting, it had it, and I'm like, what the hell?
This is something that's been brought up too. This is the same referee crew that's had some really suspect performances,
Yeah.
some really bad performances. So you may have heard me a couple weeks ago go on a little rant about. We got another angle here. Was that the one where Goff's telling him like go report? Like
I think it
I
is.
can't. At no point can you argue
Yep, he's
that he
telling
didn't
him, go
report as
report.
eligible.
There it is. Plain as fucking day. Unbelievable.
This is the same referee crew I complained about with Dolphins Eagles when the Eagles got 0 penalties called against them. Didn't they blow another game this year too?
Was it the Packers Chiefs?
Was that the same crew?
I think it might have been.
Okay, I was watching that game live, so I was there, and it's tough to see. Like, it's tough to see stuff
Yeah.
when you're actually at the game versus on TV.
Oh, 100%.
So I'll take your word on that one, but yikes. But I feel like this is a weird year this is a weird year in the NFL. Why do the refs have to be a conversation every week?
I think the refs need
And-
to be taking post game interviews like the players and coaches have to.
There has to be accountability.
Like they need to be held accountable. Like there's like it's bullshit that they can just make these bullshit calls. Oh, you're just gonna get demoted and you can't do any playoff or primetime games anymore. Fuck that. No. Let them answer to the fucking media. Let them eat what they fucking sow, man. Like, gosh darn.
It was gross. And we have a new thing every week that we can talk about. We've made the decision, you and I, to not talk about something that the refs did.
Yeah.
In a week. If it was not as big of a story. But it's a story somewhere, and that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
This is the highest level of football, allegedly. But you don't see this crap going on in college.
No.
It is just, it's disappointing. And if the NFL doesn't do something this offseason, it's willful ignorance. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame.
Yeah, no, it really is. But we have a couple other games this weekend that might have been of note. One really big upset that no one saw that probably was written as a W at the start of the year. Cardinals at Eagles. 35-31. Oof. Oof.
Oof.
That's tough.
Eagles have lost 4 of the last 5.
That's brutal. You can't be doing that as coming off of being Super Bowl runner-ups last year and then being one of the top contenders for the Super Bowl this year. You lose 4 of your last 5. I think I saw a graphic that they have like a 9 or 11% chance of actually making the Super Bowl.
I mean, you look at the 49ers, you look at the Lions, even the Cowboys.
Dude, the Lions look like they could just shit on the Eagles right now, honestly.
Like they've been up and down a few times, but it's disappointing to see like how weakly they've lost these games. This one they were competitive. And maybe the Cardinals are just getting better. Like the Cardinals have been looking a little bit better late in the season.
Yeah, honestly, they've been looking a little bit more better than I was expecting them to be.
Like maybe they're figuring some stuff out. that, they gave the Eagles a game they weren't ready for.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's back. Maybe he's, the special sauce that they needed. But you just don't lose that game when you're in a playoff race.
No. That's
these are crucial games down the stretch.
yeah. That's a tough one.
Have the
They got the
have the Eagles
Giants.
clinched the division?
No, I don't think they have.
They haven't.
I think they clinched playoff. I don't think they clinched division
Whoa.
because they play the
And
Giants
who do
this
they play
weekend,
this week?
and the Cowboys I think play the Commanders.
So the Cowboys and the Eagles are both on the road
Yes,
against division rivals they're a lot better than.
yes.
So they should both.
Right now,
We should probably expect them both to win.
You would think they would both win, and I think if they both win, I think Dallas clinches division.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
I could be wrong on that, but I am looking at they both have clinched playoff berth. So they're in the playoffs.
Right. They're both getting in.
Yeah. It's just whoever, like if the Eagles lose and if Cowboys, if they both lose, Dallas wins. Both wins. Dallas wins.
So right now Dallas has the lead because they have a 1 game better in the conference.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Same division record.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of any other team in the NFL that's leading their division going through any kind of similar collapse. We should probably just move on to the end of the episode, right, Sean?
I think I can think of a team, George. Oh,
no, I don't think so. I don't think there's anybody else. Nope.
Is it the Dolphins, maybe? Is that what I heard in the background there?
That was so stupid. That was so stupid. Once again, as Darius Rucker called it, the Dolphins are making me cry. I really am physically ill at the thought of having to talk about this game right now.
Oh man. Oh,
God.
What was the score again?
56-19 Ravens.
I'm so glad I started Lamar Jackson this game. Didn't help me, but I'm glad I started him.
I had Lamar on my team, and my fantasy playoffs ended last week. Could you imagine if I had Lamar this week? I would be winning some money, but our league is over, and Lamar decides to just have the game of his life against my team.
Damn.
I did start Tua in another league, though, and he laid a freaking egg.
Oh,
God. So,
what's it look like?
Did you get to watch this game?
I didn't get to watch it, but what's it look like going forward for them playing against the I think the Dolphins play against the Bills this week. What's that look like? What needs to happen?
So the Dolphins are banged up. They're hurt. They lost Bradley Chubb. He just tore an ACL. Great.
Fuck, dude.
So good. Jalen Phillips already out. Raheem Mostert hasn't practiced at all this week, which is pretty cool. Xavier Howard hurt his foot. He won't be playing. It's just the list goes on and on. There's 2 of the day one starters on the offensive line. Tua thinks he can make every throw, and he's got a coach in McDaniel who's yeah, you can make every throw. And so they have nobody to check each other. So they're just making bad decisions with good vibes. That's Tua and Mike McDaniel right now.
Dude, that is the best way to describe them.
They're making bad decisions and calling stupid plays and throwing stupid balls into coverage, but at least the vibes are super chill, man. Listen, Tua's good. McDaniel's good. They're both really great. They're a great pair. They're a great team at what they do. They gotta chill out. They have to make smart decisions. Maybe punt once in a while. Like, if it's not working, don't go for it on fourth down and give up bad field position. Don't throw a goal line fade to your 5'9" receiver. Like, they just like they're brilliant until they do something stupid, and then they do something stupid and it unravels. It's and so winner take all division game week 18 versus the Bills on Sunday Night Football.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's in Miami though, so that's helpful.
It's in Miami. It's Sunday night. This team sucks during prime time, and the Bills rolled them earlier in the year.
I will
Plus,
say,
the Bills are healthy, on a tear.
the Bills also travel really well for their fans.
Yeah.
Especially to warmer climates when they get to escape the miserable winter of Buffalo and the lake up there. Yeah. Be prepared.
I'm so nervous.
I would be too.
I'm so nervous. Like, between Florida State and this loss to the Ravens and Texas not getting dumped on, I feel like that frickin' Pop-Tart was the only thing that, like, gave me happiness this weekend. We'll talk about the Pop-Tart Bowl in a minute.
George's getting a little too ahead of himself there. We'll speed through this last couple things here.
Sorry, I'm just, sad boy
Bears
George this week.
37, Falcons 17. I think we're both. I am now my allegiance, not allegiance. My thought, my way of thinking has changed on Justin Fields. I'm in. Let's keep him. Let's find a coach to coach him properly and make it.
You can't get rid of him.
You can't. Bring in Jim Harbaugh. Let's let these two cook together.
He's talented.
Yeah.
He's talented in spite of his coaching. And there's been some reports that maybe they'll keep Eberflus.
No.
You can't.
Only as defensive coordinator, and that's it.
I think no, and he's not going to take that. Just get rid of him. Just you don't need it. Like, you don't. They make no halftime adjustments. They they have leads in games that they piss away because they don't adjust. That's on the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Fields has done enough. In spite of all the garbage around him, he's played really, really well. He's making those magical throws again. He's making his reads. The only way I say get rid of Fields is if Harbaugh says, I don't want him. That's just me.
No, I agree. But the Bears, they did clinch number one pick with the Panthers losing this weekend. But they also have a huge opportunity to fuck on the Packers and take away their playoff opportunity this year. The Bears play at Packers at Lambeau Field this Sunday. And if the Bears win, I think they take the Packers out of playoff contention, which is lovely. We love to see that. I think Aaron Rodgers said it's the Bears Super Bowl. You're fucking right. It's our goddamn Super Bowl. Fuck the Packers. Let's shit on them whenever we can. So, yeah, it is our fucking Super Bowl. Go fuck yourself, Aaron Rodgers.
That's a sad Super Bowl.
Fuck you.
Just saying. Fuck you. No. I think the Packers win that. I don't know. I think they do. Because again, Luke Getsy's still calling the plays in Chicago. That's
fair. I want to believe. I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up. Let's be real.
Luke Getsy versus Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry. Being around fans of both franchises, those are like the biggest public enemies on both teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch that crap bowl
Mm-hmm.
when the Bears are on offense and the Packers are on defense.
Well, speaking of
It's really strength on strength, weakness on
yeah,
weakness with these teams. But
brought up the crap bowl there. I just had the toilet bowl this weekend for fantasy
did
football.
it happen? Did it happen?
Yes.
Did you get last place in your fantasy league?
I want to say I didn't try. I did try to win so that way I didn't have to do the punishment, guys. I lost. Fucking lost.
Oh, congratulations, Sean. So what's the punishment?
So
What do we got?
we're deciding between lemonade stand for 4 hours,
Oh, that's weak.
beer mile, or the calendar shoot.
I want the calendar so bad.
Um,
I need that calendar in my life.
a lot of people have been
I
saying
don't
to
know.
do the calendar shoot. I think I just need to nut up and do the calendar shoot.
You do need to nut up and do the calendar shoot, but I don't know. How where are you at on this? Should we leave it up to the audience to decide, or have you made a decision?
I don't think we're going to leave it up to the audience because I think we did already do a poll and the calendar shoot did win by a landslide. So
You got to give the people what they want,
to give the people what they want, we will be doing the
and the people want a
calendar
calendar.
shoot. So that's what we'll do. But yeah, so lost fantasy football. It's not looking good. Not looking good.
So, scale of 1 to 10, how clothed will you
No
be
idea.
in the calendar
We will
shoot?
find that out. No fucking clue. Don't know what the themes are.
I'm so excited. I'm so
But
excited.
yeah.
I'm going to have a calendar for the first time since smartphones. I'm so excited. I cannot. I'm buying 3.
Good. Buy them, please. But
I'm gonna a lot of wall space. I need to get covered here. I'm sorry. I'm a little ahead of myself. I can't wait.
Man. No, but yeah, so you got that. So that'll be coming out by the end of the month. So yeah.
You don't sound too excited, Sean.
No, I'm not. I don't like losing, George. I don't.
Oh. I don't like losing either. I do like you on a calendar.
Oh
though.
yeah, I bet you do. What do you like more than calendars?
Where?
Probably PopTarts.
Oh, I love PopTarts.
Yeah,
Did you watch Pop-Tart Bowl?
I watched a little bit of it. I don't think I watched a whole lot too of it. I think it was on Friday, was it not? It was on Friday.
It was actually during your game.
Yeah, I was at the Notre
or
Dame
like
game,
right
so
after.
I was at a better bowl game.
No, you
Yeah,
weren't.
it was.
No, have you seen the videos of that
I have.
Pop-Tart? That is the greatest single performance. Like, there are some great mascots in sports. Benny the Bull comes to mind. Gritty
Okay.
in Philly. The Philly Fanatic. Actually, all Philly mascots. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. What are like the great mascots?
I don't know, dude.
We got to look that up.
Yeah.
But the Pop-Tart, all over. So I love the toaster. Like, he starts the game coming out of the toaster, fireworks, pyrotechnics.
That's awesome.
Then during the game, he's just walking around, messing with the refs, like taking pictures, high-fiving people. And then did you see how they gave the award? to Kansas State
I
for winning.
didn't.
He got back on top of the toaster. They lowered him down and then popped out the giant edible Pop-Tart for the team to share. He did a ritual sacrifice.
That's fucking amazing.
And that's how he went out.
That's great.
He went out in a ritual. It was the greatest. Like, props to congratulations to Kellogg's and their marketing team for getting the execs to sign off on everything they wanted to do. This was so fun, beginning to end. This Pop-Tart is dominating the internet. I want the Pop-Tart Bowl every year, and every food-based mascot needs to come with more and better energy. Just keep topping this.
I respect that. Hell yeah.
Loved it. Loved every minute of it. But I don't know. I like Pop-Tarts too.
Yeah. I know you like Pop-Tarts. That's why we're doing a little something different today. Instead of doing our top 5 favorites, we're doing a couple blind rankings here. But before
we haven't done a blind ranking in a minute.
We haven't, but before we get into the blind rankings, what better way to bring in the new year than with Wits End Snacks, home of the best beef jerky, hot sauces, seasonings, and other treats around. Again, bring in the new year with some jerky. It'll help you get on that diet. It'll help you stay fit. Help you reach your goals this year. Shoot us an email at whitsendsnacks@gmail.com.
Alrighty. Moving on. You ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
No.
You should.
Interesting. Have you ever frozen the Pop-Tart?
Just a little. Yes.
Fucking love that. Like, one of my favorite snacks right there. Throw that in. Delicious.
Only certain flavors, though.
I only get the Costco, which is strawberry and brown cinnamon. So
yes, freeze both of those.
Those two automatically go in the freezer for me.
The s'mores flavor, not great in the freezer. I might get some flack for that. I don't care for it.
Okay. Well, do you want to give me the blind rankings first, or do you want me to give you the blind rankings first?
How would you rather do it? Your choice.
No.
No, I'm getting a calendar soon. You should pick.
All right, just give me the bowl games.
All right, so blind rankings for Sean. I'm going to do one blind ranking after, but my blind ranking for Sean. So we've talked about the Pop-Tarts Bowl. There are quite a few other food-based bowl games. So I want you to blind rank these in terms of, it can be whatever you want. It can be how great the bowl is. It can be how much you like the food itself.
Okay.
Totally up to you. But we have a bunch of food-based bowls.
Yeah.
And we're going to blind rank them 1 to 5.
Alrighty.
So let's start. You knew this one was going to go on the menu. The Idaho Potato Bowl.
It's a good one, Georgie. Idaho Potato Bowl.
We like our potatoes.
I'm going to throw that. At 3. I'm an Irishman through and through. I love my potatoes. We're going to throw that at 3.
Okay. So we got Idaho. Excuse me. Idaho potatoes. Number 3. I like that spot. It's probably about where I put it. Next, we are going to go with the... Ooh, where do I want to go? Let's go Duke's Mayo.
5.
5? Oh, that's right. You don't like mayo.
Fucking hate mayo.
That's right. Peanut butter on your BLTs.
Yep.
That's the move.
Peanut butter all day, baby.
Call back to episode 1.
Peanut butter all day, every day.
One is not a substitute for the other. That's disgusting. Got a lot of good options.
Mm.
I'm going to go with the sugar bowl.
Ooh.
Just sugar. It's a food.
It is. I wasn't thinking that was going to be part of it, though. See, that kind of puts me in a tight spot here. Can go 4.
Wow.
Yep, we're going 4. We're sticking with it.
This is not... You know what? I know what you're saving for. And I was hoping to trap you. And get your heart twisted all up in knots. Next, we're going to go avocados from Mexico for the Cure Bowl.
I don't know.
For those of you who don't know.
I don't know what the first one is, but I'm going with that number 2.
Oh. So that's my favorite. Avocados from Mexico for the cure. So avocados to cure cancer. You think they can do that? Avocados are magic.
Hey, dude,
but I don't know if they can do that.
Fruit, Never know.
A lot of omega-3s in avocados. I don't know if that's true. Nobody fact check me. Number 1, and you were going to put this one anyway. I'm so pissed. I thought I would play this better. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Yes! Chick-fil-A. Let's go.
I know how much you love Chick-fil-A. I wanted to force this to not be first, and I lost. Damn.
That makes me so happy. I can't even tell you.
Have we talked about on the podcast how much you love Chick-fil-A?
I don't know if we have.
That's worth a conversation another time. We were throwing around the idea of doing a taste test for that pimento sandwich on an episode a while back. That's out of stock. Sean loves Chick-fil-A more than he loves me. And
I fucking love Chick-fil-A.
Sean really loves Chick-fil-A.
I do.
And oh man, I'm so mad. I did not want that to be first for you.
See, I think you have a little bit of a advantage here for giving the Pop-Tarts, though, because I don't know what your favorite kind is.
Yeah. So my what is this called? A blind ranking. My blind ranking. I'm doing Pop-Tart flavors. Listen, I'm all about Pop-Tarts right now. It's kind of my thing. So I'm excited. So Sean, hit me with your Pop-Tart flavors.
All right. Pop-Tart. Sorry, finding my list. All right. First Pop-Tart out the bat. Going with the classic strawberry.
Okay. So this one's tough because I don't want to put it number 1, but I feel like it's one of the top Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
I'm putting it 2.
I respect that.
And I don't know. I was gonna put it 3, but I feel like it deserves respect as a 2.
Okay.
There's I don't know. It's crowded at the top for me, but it's 2.
Fair. Number 2, or the second one, we're going to go with grape.
Grape. I've never had a grape Pop-Tart.
Nor have I. I was looking at the flavors. I've only had 3 flavors of Pop-Tarts.
I generally don't care for grape-flavored things.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Except for grape jelly, which I guess is what's in a Pop-Tart.
Yep. So maybe you'd like it a little bit more.
I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm going to go with my gut here and say that I do not... I would not opt for a grape Pop-Tart. I am going to need to try this and see where it would affect my blind ranking. I'm going to put it 5, but I'm worried about I'm ready to be proven wrong.
Okay.
Grape Pop-Tarts coming for you.
Next
Prove
we
me
will
wrong.
go with Applejack cinnamon.
Applejack cinnamon?
Yeah.
Ooh. 4.
Okay.
Only because I think you're about to hit me with some heavy hitters, and I got to reserve some space.
I respect that. I respect that. You know my game, George. You know my game.
They've actually had the Apple Jacks flavor for a while. I had that in high school. So, nice.
We're going to go with fudge chocolate.
Oh, this is difficult. There's a number 1 I want to save room for. But this probably sits with strawberry for me. There's a number 1 I want to save room for. Everybody who's listening that's had Pop-Tarts knows what it is. I feel like you're not going to pick it out of fucking spite. But I'm going to put fudge number 3 and hope you do the right thing.
So,
what's your last one?
So I have 2 that I'm split two on this one. And it's kind of all based on how you played your cards here. But to also give the people what they want.
Just do the right thing. Give the people what they want.
Cinnamon.
Brown sugar cinnamon, number 1. Thank you. That is the best Pop-Tart.
The backup one that I was deciding between was s'mores. So I feel like that could have been a contender for number 1.
I think s'mores is an overrated Pop-Tart.
But brown sugar cinnamon is hands down the best Pop-Tart, honestly, followed by strawberry.
Yes, I agree.
A third one that I didn't put on that I was going to make the list almost made an appearance. Instead of grape, instead of this one, I went with grape wildberry.
I like wildberry.
I like wildberry too. I haven't had it in forever. So that was I was going to throw that one in there also. But I went with grape instead. I wanted an easy one to get you, for your second one. A little layup,
I thank you for that. I may have preferred the challenge of trying. Wildberry would have been a tough one to place.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as I get older, that's a bit of a trashy flavor.
I haven't had it since I was a kid, so I don't know if I want to have it again. Because I don't know if I want to lose that nostalgia,
That's the flavor that you have when you're 8.
Yeah.
And it's we're going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The frosting's purple. What? Man, I would say I could do a rotation of brown sugar, cinnamon, strawberry, and blueberry.
Yeah.
And be good for the rest of my life. The fudge is great. I think s'mores is overrated. I feel like somebody's going to give me heat for that.
I think you're okay. I literally only do...
That's kind of it.
I only do brown sugar strawberry.
Oh, s'mores has some dedicated fans. I don't know.
Oh, well. But...
We could be headed towards... some difficult questions here, but that's a conversation for another time. I think my question on Spotify this week will be, what's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm sorry. This is a very Pop-Tart forward episode. I haven't had a Pop-Tart in so long either. I think I'm going to have some Pop-Tarts.
Do it. Enjoy. Indulge yourself. Like I said, I get mine from
Oh yeah,
Costco.
right before my diet.
Yeah.
Right before my diet and exercise regimen. I'm gonna have some Pop-Tarts.
There you go.
I don't know. Are those keto? Are Pop-Tarts
Totally.
keto?
Totally.
I'm in ketosis because I'm having the grape flavor.
Oh man. No, they just got make a
Is that the
bacon
end of our show?
flavor.
They have making a
Yeah,
bacon
that way
flavor?
you can be keto, you know. A bacon Pop Tart.
Ooh, bacon Pop-Tarts.
But yeah. So that's a wrap for this week's episode.
Yeah?
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening along and dealing with all of our shenanigans as usual. Um,
There were quite a few shenanigans this
just
week.
a little bit. But as always, remember, part of the ship, part of the crew. Love you guys.